Hi there, this is Savewith Crypto. Okay, I want to get into this Bitcoin trade because I think Bitcoin is going to bounce off this trend line I drew earlier. It kind of went up and then it kind of faked out, really came back down. So I want to set a buy order around, I don't know, 469999, something like that. In fact, I might even just go straight in with the market order now. I'll do that because I haven't seen that yet. So let's go to derivatives and then go to inverse perpetual BTC USD, and I've already moved the BTC across there from the spot account. I did that in the last video, so I think it's bouncing already. So I've got my super slow internet connection, which is very annoying. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to set the up here, I'm going to set it on isolated. I'm going to 10x leverage. And actually, let's have a look at the 1 minute time frame. 1 minute is, yeah, it's starting to bounce, isn't it? Look, I'm just going to go market order, 50%, boom. Okay, so confirm that. Okay, so I'm in the trade now. Entire order's been filled. So you go over here now, you can see position here. Entry price was 47,050, not brilliant, but liquidation price is down at 4296. So if it goes down there, I'll lose all my money. But because I only use half the amount, I'm going to set another order down there so that if the price goes down there, it will kind of like double my entry and stop me getting liquidated. And then the next liquidation price are going to be way lower than that. If you want to avoid having liquidation prices that are too near, just use less leverage, use like 5x or 3x or something like that, and everything will be good. But you can see, you know, 3 cents in profit now. Okay, so I'll keep an eye on this and let you know how it goes. Okay, so after the initial panic at the start of the video, I just thought I'd explain my logic, really. Now, on the 1 hour time frame over on TradingView, you can see I drew this trend line in the other day, because it had sort of touches here, here, and then it was touching again today. And as it came down towards that trend line, I thought it was going to bounce off it. And it was fairly probable it would do, but you know, there was always a possibility it could go down there, or maybe just bounce up there, or just do what it did and just sort of like have a little tiny bounce and not do very much, really. The other thing that made me think something was going to happen was I had my eye on this MACD. This is the moving average convergence divergence. I'm not sure if you get that with the free version of TradingView, but you certainly get it with the first level up, which is the one I've got. By the way, if you use the link for TradingView in the description down below, you can get the free version, but then if later on you decide to upgrade to the Pro version, you get $30 off, so do use the link. So what happened here was the MACD went green very briefly. It hadn't been green for a long time, not since when was it, 28th of March, which was Monday. So it was nice to see it go green. I always thought it was going to go very green, a bit like this green hump there when we got the God candle. But that didn't happen because shortly afterwards it went down and went red again. That said, it's still above that support line, that trend line, so I'm fairly happy with that. If it goes down, it's not a problem because I only used half the amount, so that's good. Now, I say half the amount, but when I actually looked at it, I was looking at the trade and I was thinking, hang on a minute, it's $184 there. Is that really half the account? And then I noticed when I went to this tab here that there was a little order in there set down at $44,583, which I obviously set the other day when I was just messing around. So the order I've got in at the moment isn't quite as big as I intended it to do, so I'm just going to cancel that order. It's worth looking at this because sometimes if you've set like multiple buy or sell orders or something and they haven't been triggered, then they might still be there when you enter a new trade. So just have a check on this active tab and make sure you haven't got any orders open. And make sure you've got this selected as well, show all positions, because otherwise it'll only show what's in the current selection here. So okay, so I suppose the good thing is it means I've got a bit of dry powder to play with. So all I need to do now, I need to maybe select a couple of buy order entry points where if the price does come down, where it can average in my position. Because I think overall it's going to go up, but it might come down a bit first. So as long as it doesn't come down below 42,968, I'll be all right. If it goes down to there, I would get liquidated. So what I want to do is to make sure I've got buy orders between where we are now, like 47,070, and the liquidation price, which is pretty much 43. Make sure I've got some buy orders there that will average down the price if the price comes down that far. Now, if this scares the hell out of you, either don't do it at all or just use much less leverage, something like 2x, 3x, 5x, something like that, which is probably a better thing to start off with anyway. I mean, I'm fairly comfortable with 10 with Bitcoin. Things like altcoins and stuff, I won't use anything more than 4. Ethereum, I won't use anything more than 5. But yeah, Bitcoin, I'm quite comfortable with 10. So this level here is kind of 44,522. I'd probably like a fairly sizable order in there, I think. So 44,522. In fact, I think that's what I'll do, because there's always a chance that the price might do what they call a Bart Simpson, which is basically where that goes up and then it's like the top of Bart Simpson's head and it comes down again. There's always a chance it might do that, so I might just go for a price around here, say like 44,680, something like that. So I'm just going to put an order in here, say 44,680, and that's going to be the rest of the account. So I'm just going to go buy and confirm. Now, in a way, I don't want that to get triggered because I want the price to go up instead with the money that I'm playing with already. If it does go down there, that's fine, because then that should lower my entry point to about here, something like 45.5, and that'll be okay. I mean, this is one way or one style of trading. I don't think this is the best kind. The best kind is to do really good technical analysis and then work out your entry point, work out where you think is your invalidation point. So if it goes the wrong way, the bit when you actually realise you're wrong, and then that's where you set your stop loss, which means you come out of the trade. I don't like doing that because, well, 2 reasons really. One, I'm not very good at TA, so I can never get it quite right. And what seems to happen is if I set a stop loss, it always seems to sort of, the price comes back, hits my stop loss, so it closes my order, I lose a bit of money, and then the price goes back up. So I'm preferring this kind of strategy where, I'm going in with half of the account, and then saving the other half to kind of protect my arse if the price goes down there. I mean, this is, I believe, a reasonable strategy. I'm probably using a bit too high leverage for it to be super safe, but compared to my entire portfolio, this is like a very small amount. So if I was to lose the whole lot, it wouldn't destroy me at all. So make your own decisions. Look at different strategies you can use, but I'm just showing you what I'm doing, and I'm more showing you how to use ByBit rather than giving you trading advice. And definitely nothing here is financial advice either. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave this probably overnight, see what happens. But because I've got those orders set down there, I'm quite happy now. I can go to sleep. So I guess what I'll do, I'll finish off this video in the morning. Okay, so typically the morning was involved with doing other things, and I didn't finish this video off. Also, I didn't really look at what the trade was doing. I did notice for a little while it was nicely in profit. Not a lot. It was about like $30 in profit or something like that. And then Bitcoin did pretty much what I described earlier in the video, which was like last night, and it did this kind of Bart Simpson here. So that's kind of like Bart Simpson's head, okay? So there's his eye, and there's his mouth. So there you go. That's a Bart Simpson. It's a pattern you see far too often actually in crypto. Well, it's basically when people get really excited and the price goes mental and there's loads of buying and selling, and then the price just dumps again. And that seems to be what's happened here. That said, am I worried? No, actually, because what I said earlier in the video was I had half the trading account set down here at kind of Bart Simpson's neck here. It hasn't come down that far, and I don't know if it will. If it does, that's okay, because that will average down my entry price to about pretty much where it is now. And if it doesn't come down that far, hopefully it will go back up and I'll be in profit again. So at the moment it looks miserable because it says minus $50 and minus 28%, which is obviously quite a lot. But that's because it's gone down 2.8% and I'm on 10x leverage. So I think you can understand there the dangers of leverage. And all these kind of like dickheads who do like 100x leverage, obviously you can see what would happen. The market moved 1% down, then that would be 100% loss and you get liquidated. See what I mean? So 100x leverage, 1% moves can kill you. It can also, double your money in an instant as well. But I've never gone that high. Highest leverage I've ever used is 25x, and I hated it because my liquidation point was so near to where I was. I just couldn't stand it really. And every asset is different as well. So Bitcoin comparatively moves quite slow compared to some altcoins, and I don't really recommend using leverage on altcoins. It's just, if you don't know what you're doing, if it's not a coin that you kind of live and breathe every day, then just don't do it. Just don't do it on a whim or someone's suggestion because someone said something cool on YouTube or something. Just use your instinct and get clever. Just get used to trading, get used to looking at different coins and the way they behave, because they're all a little bit different. They're all similar in a way, but they all are different. Like I've never ever done particularly well with Ethereum, but Bitcoin I've done very well. Anyway, so there's not a lot I can do about this now. I'm just going to leave it. The temptation, right, would be to sort of get this order here and push it up here, then try and make it look like I've got a better entry point. It would go back up and I'd see this figure go green quickly. But if you do that, honestly, it never works out good. So stick to your original plan. Just stick with what you're doing, and just be disciplined with yourself. Don't be emotional, and don't make stupid decisions. And if you do lose some money, don't do revenge trading where you try and go into a trade which is really unplanned and then try and win back your money, because that never works either. I think everyone's done all this. Everyone who's been trading for a few years has done all these kind of stupid mistakes, and they've lost a ton of money, and then they've sort of earned it back and all that. That's probably part of the learning process, and it's quite painful. And as I said before, if you don't like the idea of this, just don't do it. Just buy, hodl, maybe stake. If you want to be a bit more risky, do a bit of yield farming, but if trading is not for you, just don't do it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this one. Sorry it's kind of dragged over 2 days. I'm kind of hoping that the price might sort of maybe dump down a little bit and then shoot back up. If so, that's all cool. I mean, that'd be really nice if that came down, caught that other order and then shot back up. That would be really good. If it catches this other order and then goes down further, then I will start to worry a little bit, and then that's when you get the sleepless nights. That's what trading is all about, really. So it doesn't sound attractive, does it? But it can be very lucrative, and it can be devastating as well. So if you're into it, use the link down in the description for ByBit and get the bonuses. Okay, anyway, so I'm going to go to bed again. Once again, sorry this is dragged over 2 days, but do give the video a like. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a nice comment, and above all, tell your friends.